participated in many of our Trump vote parades, and she has volunteered countless hours to all of the Republican smaller chapters. We are very honored tonight that she is here to speak to all of us about our president.
Thank you guys so much for putting this event together. So much fun. What a great turnout. You guys look amazing. Let me just start by saying our country looks better in red. I just happen to look better in blue, so that's why I'm in blue, but I'm voting red straight down the ticket. So President Trump, probably the most exciting election of our entire lifetime. There's no other president out there that has stood up against sex trafficking, has accomplished getting 3 peace treaties in the Middle East, and a president that really didn't need to do this, but he has dedicated, and his family has dedicated 4 years of hell just for us. So even though the election is almost over, some of us are getting weary, some of us are getting tired, are looking forward to this being over and him winning, we can't stop fighting and spreading the word because he doesn't stop for us. Even when he had COVID, he was still working hard for the United States. So thank you guys so much for showing up tonight. I did want to share something that I found on the internet this week. It was incredible, and if you haven't heard it yet, you will love what I have to share. There is a time when I felt the need to stay silent about supporting President Trump, primarily because I felt like showing support somehow meant I condone his behavior. There have been so many cringeworthy moments that lack humility, grace, and composure, and instead show pride and arrogance. Now, I don't necessarily agree with every single word, but maybe some of you do. Then I'm reminded he's human, just like the rest of us, full of flaws and sin. At my worst, I am no better, and at my best, I'm still terribly flawed. We are all in need of truth, wisdom, forgiveness, and mercy that only can come from our living God. I definitely don't idolize Trump, but I do appreciate him. He has endured a level of hate and attacks that would break most people. Yet strangely, he has had an almost inexplainable stamina. His persistence and perseverance in fighting for our Constitution and the principles in which our country was founded is undeniable. Why would I care if he can't always keep his cool if he is fighting for my right to worship freely? Why should I judge him for acting immature if he is fulfilling our promise to protect life and uncover corruption? If I care more about what others think of me for supporting Trump or become fearful to speak up, then I compromise. I compromise biblical values to meet the world's standards. Thoughts like, it might affect my business. People might misunderstand my heart and label me as the other right-winger who acted in hate or ignorance. Shoot, if I've seen posts that literally state, if you vote for Trump, you are a racist, period. We've all seen those posts. Excuse me, what? The ignorance is just absolutely rampant. Those statements are only meant to divide and bear zero truth. Ultimately, I realize none of those judgments from others are under my control. I can only control my actions and how I treat others. Look around, life is difficult. We need a savior, and it's not Donald Trump or Joe Biden, and it will never be a man, only Jesus Christ. He is our savior. Frankly, I'm not living for this world's approval. One day, we will stand before God and give an account for ourselves, not anyone else. If this articulates anything, I hope it's the understanding that God uses people for his purposes. So, for those that can't understand how God can use such a terribly flawed person such as Trump, please read 1 Corinthians 1:27. I'm not voting for a man, I'm voting for what God can do through a man. And remember, that's each of us too, what God can do through us. Use your voice, don't be afraid. I love that Dominic hosted this tonight. Well, you guys hosted this, but Dominic allowed us to use his facility. He's not afraid of letting people see that he's open to Trump. And I run my business through social media. I'm very loud about Trump. Anybody here can make a difference, and I'm so glad that Kimmy, like all of you guys, put this together regardless of what others might think, because our president needs us. Our kids, our future is depending on this election. So thank you guys so much for showing up. Thank you.